Time to feed the viewers and subscribers. Hello viewers, hello subscribers. Nighttime, what do we got here? Oh, another update on wine. Let's see here, wine 11.0 on track for January release with Ntsync and new WOW64 mode. Says here, our wine conference has the annual wine developer conference for this open source software allowing Windows games and application to run on Linux took place this weekend. Says here in Hague, several interesting talks took place, including the usual keynote wine project leader Alexandra Gilliard. Yeah, what's it? Get out of here. Anyway, says here Alexandra Gilliard keynote at Wine Conference 2025 features the recent highlight on the Wayland and Bluetooth driver for wine, WinRT support, the new PDB backend and other enhancement, plus wine grow code base at large and other development trends for this prominent open source project that is all the more notable these days for powering Valve Steam Play Proton. Yeah. Says here on the infrastructure side, plans were laid out for moving to GitLab for wine bugging tracking, adding continuous integration, test runners, and other features. This is Juliet also reaffirmed plans for releasing Wine 11.0 in early 2026 as the annual major stable release of Wine 11.0 will begin its code freeze on 5th December and hope to release as stable in January. And then it says release plan Wine 11.0 code freeze starts on December 5th, release on January 6th. Ntsync, new WOW64, OpenGL memory mapping, 16-bit support, 32-bit fixes. Then it says the big feature to look forward to with Wine 11.0 is Ntsync support by Wine and a new WOW64 mode with OpenGL, memory mapping, 16-bit support, and 32-bit prefix. And then it says here more detail on all the presentation, including slides and videos from the Wine Conference 2025 in Amsterdam, can be found via winehq.org GitLab page. All right. Yeah, anything else? And then there's the 15 comments. Let's see what these politicians got to talk about here. Yeah, got you guys covered, man. See what you guys got. It's what they yapping about here. On the wine. Someone here said, nice. Wine has been getting better recently, and if plans pan out, 11 will be big jump. Also, WOW64 is really nice. Been using it for a while without issues. And this is who is this? David. And this was David. And then Shamed said this. Nice. I hope Ntsync will be ironed out sooner than January, though. OpenGL memory mapping is about fixing that poor performance for 32-bit games that goes through OpenGL path. And then Danny said this. He's responding to David. He says, how do you use WOW64? It is for 64-bit games or still for the 32-bit ones. Why are you using it? Are there any performance improvements or other advantage? Thanks. And then who is this? Med said this. He's responding to Danny. He says, it makes a difference for 32-bit bit ones. I think to use it, you can set wine equal WOW64 or build wine with it enabled default, and it says using something like this: code enable space attach lib. It says libo. No, 13 I386 and then X86 and then space again, and then what's this 60 X86 64. And then it says to end up using 64-bit libraries for 32-bit stuff, so you don't need 32-bit Mesa and such for that scenario. Ideally, once they fix that OpenGL performance issues in that mode, I'll be able to remove all 32-bit package. And, anyway, and then who's this? Then David comes back again, responding to Danny. He says, you need a wine compile with options. Arc has one. Arc 1 has it enabled by default. The main benefit is it doesn't require System32 libraries. It also makes having universal prefix easier, since everything works on it, regardless of it being 32-bit or 64-bit. Performance is the same outside of some edge cases. All right, and then who's this? Kai Lu said this. He said this. It's a long comment. He said, I know there is more of me problem and doesn't affect most people, but man, I wish the OpenBSD kernel would modify it to support what is needed for wine to work on OpenBSD. To me, it sounds like the kernel devs knows how to fix wine to work on OpenBSD, but refuse to in the name of security. I mean, most secure OS, you just don't connect to the internet right to the most to be most secure. What is the point of security if you can't even run the program you want to run on the OS? I love OpenBSD. It's my favorite OS. It is arguably the OS that makes the most sense, but because two or three games I like to play on Steam don't work OpenBSD, I am forced to run MX Linux, and that's just the way it is. Anyway, and then who is this? Sim said this. Responding to Danny, he says with Proton GE can be activated with Proton _use _wow64 equal 1. And then Neo said this. What exactly do you need to enter in the command in the Steam launcher for every game? Proton _use _wow64 equal 1. Wine arc space wow. Then it says space again, enable space arc equal I36 comma X86 64 _64. And who is this? Merle said this. It says, not sure if Steam Proton has this as an option at all. You should try it with upstream wine. Yeah, these guys are going at it in the comment section. Figure I'll tackle this. But you learn a lot, though. That's for sure. What is this? Uh-oh. Okay, let me get this next comment here. Oh, who is this? And then Jumbotron said this. Oh, man. Not now. Jumbotron said this: along with Ntsync and WOW64, you should have Apple Metal 4 in a GamePort toolkit via crossover include by the time crossover 26 is released in the spring of 2026. Crossover 25 was a real step change when it came to making a AAA Windows game run on Apple Silicon and run really well. With the addition of the above mentioned 4 technologies, crossover 26 could be another big step change. And who was this? Intrusion said this. He's responding to Med. He says Proton _ use _ WOW64 in experimental / 10. And who is this? Neomorpheus. He says, I will ask again where exactly am I? I will ask again where. He says, I will ask again where exactly I am supposed to enter these commands. I would say in the I can't even call the in the what's that window called again? I'm trying to call it. I know the window that it's it's not. I can't even call the word out, but I know what I want to help him with. I'll help him with it. But anyway, who was this? And then Qwerty said this. He says not to mention the first version of Cosmic Crisp, the Mesa base Molten VK replacement was posted as an MR to Mesa a few days ago. Vulcan, go BRR. And then let's see here. I'm trying to think of the window where you run the sudo commands. That's what I was thinking of. I can't even call it out right now. My mind, my mind is all over the place. Anyway, what was this? Let's see. Merle responds to Neo, responding to Morpheus. He says, anywhere where you set environment variables, and then Jumbotron said he's responding to Qwerty. He says, you are so right. It's forget about that. Almost starting to giggle in glee over crossover 26 in the spring of next year. I will even do a few Uber runs between now and then to actually buy 500 to buy the $500 lifetime license. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, Proton, folks. Yeah, always being worked on, always being improved. So yeah, so the developers at the conference, they're working, man. So good for them. You know, Linux gaming is looking good. You know, and even for Apple Silicon with that crossover, now I got to try that too if I can get my hands on a Mac. So yeah, but Linux is in a good spot, man. They're doing their thing, man. These developers, they work, man. Especially now with social media now. Gotta communicate now if you want to get things, done, comment, sharing ideas and insights and inputs on things, and yeah, get a lot of stuff done that way. But Wine 11.0, next year it is. Now let me see what they got on our Wine HQ. There's a video here too. Yeah, and I did go through 13 comments. Phone, tablet, yeah. Yeah, 13 comments. See, Wine Conference. Okay, what do we got here? Registration, travel, currency, climate, power, travel sponsorship, programs, general guidelines. Saturday, September 27th. Yeah. Saturday evening dinner. Wow. Yeah, gotta have some food if you're gonna go to a conference. But yeah, the wine community, man. These guys, they're working, man. So I'll keep you up to date on it. But this seminar covers a lot. You know, it's a wine conference 2025. So they're talking about what they're doing now and what they got planned in the future. So good for them, man. So Linux is in a good. Linux community is alive and well. Of course, the Steam Deck and benefits from this too. So yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, listening, like, dislike, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. You know, it's all part of the YouTube package. You know, so thank you, viewers, for sitting there listening. You know, comment if you want, if you like, and see you guys next time. You know, but yeah. Thanks for the feedback. I will respond to the comments. Just got to find a day to do it. Anyway, see you guys next time. Peace.